friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany, and today we are doing another cook with me video. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit differently. So in a recent video, I did talk to you a little bit about my goals for weight loss this year, and a lot of you have joined me over on Patreon for this weight loss journey, and it has been so much fun. We've got such a great community going on over there, and I've been posting every single day with tips, and those of you who are on there are sharing all of your great ideas and things that have worked for you. It has just been such a really wonderful and supportive environment. So thank you to all of you who have joined us. And our very first vlog is going to go live on Saturday, so stay tuned. But I wanted to share a little bit about what I'm doing here as well. So I am currently doing the keto diet. And if you're not familiar with the keto diet, that just means high fat, high protein, low carb, and next to no sugar. So this is day 3 now. I am almost down 5 pounds. I feel fantastic, and it's just been a really good transition. So today I'm gonna share with you a recipe that is a keto dinner that works not only for me, but also for my family. So if you're wondering how in the world is this family of 7 going to diet and cook for her family, I'm gonna show you how to do that now. It is very, very simple. I have a whole keto board on my Pinterest, so if you are on Pinterest and need some ideas, go check that out. It is there. I have the link for you down in the description box, and I will have this recipe linked for you down below, as well as the Patreon if you are interested in joining us. And let's go ahead and get started.
All right, to get us started, we're going to get our oven preheating to 400 degrees, and then we're going to prep our chicken. So to make life a little bit easier, I am going to be cooking my chicken in the air fryer today. My air fryer does roast, and I've done this before in recipes. I just feel like it kind of speeds things up a little bit, and it just makes cleanup a little bit easier. So I am using 2 chicken breasts right now, probably around a pound. The recipe calls for 3 cups of cooked chicken breast, and I just kind of eyeballed that. So I'm cutting my chicken breasts in half, and then I'm going to season them with just a little bit of salt. There is a lot of cheese in this recipe, so I'm not going to be over salting them because I know there's going to be plenty of salt in all of that cheese. But I want to make sure that my chicken cooks thoroughly, so that's why I'm cutting it in half. It'll help make sure that it does cook all the way through. So I'm just going to put a little bit of salt, and then I'm going to put these in a single layer into my air fryer bucket. I am not using any kind of liner, and I'm also not using any kind of oil or spray because I don't think that it's needed. However, you could if you wanted to. And I also just recently purchased some liners, so I can't wait for those to come in. I feel like every time I go to use this thing, it is always dirty, including today. I'm going to go ahead and put the bucket into the air fryer, and we're going to roast this chicken at 360 degrees for about 13 minutes, and that will make it cooked all the way through, nice and juicy, and not overcook our chicken. While that's cooking, we're going to go ahead and prep our broccoli, and I am using broccoli that I already cleaned and had ready to go earlier this week, and I'm just cutting off the end of the broccoli and cutting the extra large pieces in half, and that's just going to make sure that only the freshest parts of the broccoli go into our casserole today. The recipe calls for 9 ounces of fresh broccoli florets. However, I just kind of eyeballed this. I used what I had, and I figured more was good, so I figured either way we were going to be okay. Next up, I'm going to add in about an inch or so of water to the bottom of my bowl, and I did just microwave this for approximately 10 minutes just to cook those up, steam them up. Now we're going to work on our sauce. So like I had said earlier, this sauce is going to have a lot of cheese in it. It's basically very similar to a fettuccine Alfredo sauce. So we're going to start off with 4 ounces of cream cheese. And next up, we're going to add in 1/3 cup of sour cream. I did just eyeball this. You could measure it if you wanted to, but I'm just eyeballing it. Now remember that in the keto diet, it's good to use whole fat items. So I am using whole fat sour cream and just tossing that in. You also are going to add in 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard and 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. I will say that the Dijon mustard was pretty strong, so if you don't like that flavor, use just a little bit. I wouldn't take it out because it does add some depth to your casserole. However, don't add the full tablespoon if you don't like that flavor as much. Also, I think next time I might try using dry ground mustard. I like that flavor a lot, and this is kind of like a cheesy bechamel sauce, kind of like what you would use in a homemade macaroni and cheese. And dry ground mustard tastes absolutely delicious in a homemade macaroni and cheese sauce. So I think I might try that next time around. But this was really, really good just as it was. Next up, we're going to add in our the rest of our sauces. So 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and I did toss in a couple of dashes of Lowry seasoned salt. I just like that flavor. I think it's really good, and I add it to almost everything. I just feel like you can't go wrong with Lowry's. So go ahead and give that a good stir until it's fully combined. I also think a dash or 2 of Worcestershire sauce would taste good in this. Again, taking that from a homemade macaroni and cheese, I think that'd be really delicious. Now we're going to add in our cheeses. So the recipe calls for 1 cup of shredded mozzarella, and you're going to divide that evenly. So 1/2 cup goes in now. The other 1/2 cup is going to be put on top of our casserole. Once you have that stirred up and melted, which will be nice and cheesy, you're going to add in your next cheese, which is Parmesan. I'm using a 4 cheese blend today just because I like a little extra tang. So we are adding in about 1/4 cup, and I just stirred that in. I divided that even though it doesn't say to, so that I could sprinkle a little bit across the top as well to go with the mozzarella. I don't know, it was just my own way of kind of changing it up a little. I will say the sauce was incredibly thick, so I did add about another 2 tablespoons or so of heavy cream. You don't have to do this. You could even add a little bit of water to thin it out. That's just what I ended up doing. Now I'm going to go ahead and dice up my chicken. As you see, I had just taken it out of the air fryer, and it was cooked perfectly. It was still juicy, but it wasn't running everywhere, and it was fully cooked and steaming. I diced it up into inch-sized, bite-sized pieces, which I felt was perfect for this casserole. And once you have all of your chicken cut up, you're going to go ahead and just add that into your cheesy sauce and give that a good stir. My whole house was smelling so good, and this is honestly the reason why I love keto. The recipes are delicious. I don't worry about my kids wanting to eat it or not, and it doesn't spike anybody's blood sugar, so it helps keep everybody really full and satisfied through the night, and it just feels good to feed my family this way. Go ahead and toss in your broccoli. Give that a good stir until it's fully combined. And then we're going to add this into a casserole dish to go into the oven. It only has to bake for 15 minutes. So we're almost done with this meal, and my family was so excited. I did just use an oval casserole dish. You could put this into a Pyrex, whatever you have, whatever works for you. But just go ahead and add that into your casserole dish and then top it with a little bit more mozzarella, a little bit of the Parmesan. And if your family isn't eating carb free, I think this would be really delicious over a little bit of pasta, a little fusilli, or a little bit of rice maybe, I think would be really good. You can even put it over a baked potato. I think that would be delicious. And that way your family would have, you know, some carbohydrates, or if you need to make this meal go a little bit further. Once your cheeses are layered on top of your casserole, go ahead and put it into the oven. As I said, it only has to bake for 15 minutes. I did bake it for about 12 minutes and then I popped on the broiler at high for the last couple of minutes to let it brown. And here is how it turned out. Cheesy, delicious goodness. Look at those bubbles. Oh my goodness. This was incredible. My entire family ate it. They all loved it, even my pickiest of eaters, even my eaters that don't like broccoli, they devoured it and everybody loved it. It was for sure a major winner.
Okay, dinner's done. It smells fantastic. It was super simple. I felt like I was making a like Alfredo sauce while I was doing that. Just, I mean, that's pretty much what it seemed. It's still steaming. Of course, Charlie has to run around. It wouldn't be a video if she wasn't. That's delicious. You can taste the Dijon mustard. It gives it like a really interesting like flavor note in the background. It's really interesting. And the nice cheesy broccoli, like who doesn't love cheesy broccoli? I'll tell you who doesn't love cheesy broccoli. Danny Klein. That's my husband in case you were curious. He does not love cheesy broccoli. He doesn't like broccoli in any form. Broccoli soup. He likes that. Okay, my friends, that brings us to the end of this week's Cook With Me video. I hope that you found some inspiration. Even if you're not doing keto, this would be an easy family meal. You could throw this over some pasta or some rice if you wanted to. Even over a baked potato would be delicious. If you're curious in learning more about my keto weight loss journey, you can join me on Patreon. It is listed down below, and I will be definitely showing more recipes like this. If you guys like seeing this kind of video for Cook With Me's, let me know. I'm happy to show more keto recipes. I know I've shown a lot of really delicious, but not always the healthiest meals, and this would be, you know, new year. I'm happy to share some of those recipes with you. So let me know in the comments below. Until the next one, my friends, happy eating.